Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Today I will be participating in a Have a Heart open playlist hosted by Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs and co-hosted by Chantel from Crafty Hints and Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. I will be making 4 super easy, super cute Valentine's Day DIYs. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is taking this Chanille yarn that I got from Dollar Tree and this Dollar Tree heart. I'm going to be wrapping the heart with the Chanille yarn. So to start it off, I have to put a little glue in the back because it won't be able to stay. And I rolled it a few times and then I placed a little glue and then I just continue, especially around the top part of the heart area because it would slide right off. You definitely need glue. So the yarn itself was kind of hard to get through the heart area, so I eventually stopped and just rolled it around my hand, made it much easier. So this looks much better than that glitter stuff. You can use any type of yarn. I decided to use the Chanille because it was very soft, very pretty. So you can see right here I'm placing some glue and then wrapping the yarn around. And this is how it turned out. It came out very nice. Now I'm going to start decorating it. I'm taking some lace and I'm going to place the lace on the corner edge of the heart. I decided to make a bow and then let the string kind of like hang down. So now I'm going to be taking these little fabric roses that I got from Dollar Tree and I'm going to hot glue 2 of them right above the bow. I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to decorate this. It's funny when you craft, decorate them and then once you start taking pictures, you're like, oh, you know what, I should have did this and that, but all in all, it came out very cute. So I'm hot gluing down a little pink rose that I got from Dollar Tree in the corner. So now I'm going to take these other flowers that I got from Hobby Lobby. They were on clearance. And I'm just going to place one on the left side of the heart. So now I decided to use another piece of the lace that I got from Dollar Tree on the other side of the heart. Just going to wrap it around there with a little bit of glue and let that hang down as well. So now I decided to take some of these pearls and put them inside the rose area to give them a little character. I also added a pearl to the little bow right underneath the little roses. It's a little tiny one. So now I'm just going to hot glue down the lace in place. Hey, that rhymed. I didn't even know I was a poet and didn't know it. All right, so here's what it looks like so far. I'm just placing the glue in the back. And I think it came out pretty cute. So I'm taking this Dollar Tree button, a little beige button, and I'm just gonna place it on the little lace ribbon. So now I'm taking another pearl and I'm placing it inside the rose area. So I want to be able to hang this, so I'm taking some of the lace ribbon and just going to place it a little piece in the back. It's very chic, it's very cute. I like the way it came out, and this is the end results. Alright, so we're moving on to the next DIY. I took this Dollar Tree frame, Hobby Lobby craft paper, Dollar Tree little hearts. It was attached to a sign that had the home word on it, and I just cut it. I take the string off the frame right now, and then I'm going to start painting it white on the edges. This is a really cute DIY for you parents out there, your mom and dads that want to include your little ones for Valentine's. This is really cute to add your little ones to the pictures and place them on the wall. So I'm just going to be using apple barrel white paint to the frame on the edges. I used 2 coats. Now I'm going to take the craft paper and I'm going to place it on the frame to get an idea where I got to cut it. I'm not going to bore you too much with this, so I'm just going to cut out the craft paper and then I'm going to start placing it down with some tacky glue. Got this craft paper at Hobby Lobby. It's so pretty. I like the color, black and white, little hearts on it. So now I'm just placing it down on the frame, and then I'm going to take the little heart picture frame, and then I'm going to place that down with some hot glue. I don't have many pictures. I usually take pictures with my cell phone, so I don't really print them out. This is one I had from last year from my little nephew. I figured I'd use it. Alright, so I'm taking the hot glue gun and placing down some glue. I'm going to place it on the board. Now I got this bag of white rose buds, and I thought I would make a little rose, hot glue a bunch of rose buds together. In the end, I take it off. I didn't really like it. It was just laying too flat for me. I wanted it to be a little more, like a rose. But I tried. I added a little Dollar Tree lips in the middle of the heart, and the rose. Now I'm taking one of these Dollar Tree red little wood hearts, and I'm going to place one on the frame. I decided to add another wood heart to the bottom of the frame. So now I'm taking those little little heart confetti for Valentine's, and I'm placing a few on the picture frame. Now I pulled off those rose petals, make a rose out of, and I replaced it with a little white flower. I added a little lace bow to the heart picture frame. Now I needed to create a hanger, so I took the Dollar Tree white ribbon and placed in a little piece in the back. That gives you an idea what you can do for Valentine's Day for, placing pictures in for your little ones. And this is how it came out. All right, moving on to the next DIY. I have some craft paper from Hobby Lobby. I also grabbed a Dollar Tree hair ribbon that I'm going to be using. It's the beige one. And I have some corner edges. I don't know what you want to call them. I got them from Hobby Lobby. This is a spare piece of wood that I've had, and it was previously painted, and I just sanded it down a little bit better. So now I'm going to take a little piece of this craft paper and I'm going to apply just a part of it on top of the board. So I'm using my ruler to use my pencil to get an actual straight edge, so this way when I cut it, it's nice and straight. Now I'm just going to cut it out. Now I'm taking the other craft paper and taking a Dollar Tree heart, and I'm just going to trace it and cut it out. Now I'm going to be using this vintage white by Folk Art, and I'm going to place a little bit on top of the piece of wood because I already sanded it down, so I just want to give it that vintage look to it. So I'm just using my chippy brush and just going to dry brush a little bit of the vintage white on it. And this is what it looks like. I think it looks really good. So now I'm going to be placing down some tacky glue and placing down the little craft paper on the heart. It's pretty craft paper. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the other craft paper and apply the tacky glue and place it on the wood piece. Now I'm placing down the heart with the craft paper on it with the hot glue gun, and I also going to be using the Dollar Tree pink heart. I decided to use the pink heart just to give it a little bit of color. So now I'm taking those little corner pieces and I'm going to hot glue them down. I think this really sets it off very nicely. It's very pretty and very elegant. So now I'm taking the Dollar Tree lace ribbon. I'm just going to wrap it on the one side of the wood piece, wrap it about 2 or 3 times, and then hot glue it into the back. And this is how it came out. It looks so pretty. I love this piece. So now I'm going to start adding the little Dollar Tree hair ribbon. I do take off the scrunchy part of it. I cut it off. Now I'm just going to place that part down with a little bit of hot glue, and this looks so amazing. Stuff like this I love for Valentine's. Very chic, very French, very farmhouse. So pretty. And here's the end results, guys. I hope you like it. All right, our next DIY and our final DIY. I just went outside and grabbed a few little branches from my yard, and I grabbed some Dollar Tree hearts, Dollar Tree ribbon, and I have a little piece of lace that I'm going to be using for the Dollar Tree bottle. So instead of painting the bottle, I decided just to place the lace around the lower part of it. So I'm just going to place a little glue and wrap the lace around. Now I'm taking the Dollar Tree ribbon, the pink one, and I'm just going to place it on top of the lace ribbon. now that I have my ribbon in place, it looks really nice. And now I'm going to start putting the little branches in the little glass jar and start applying the little hearts. I was looking for something, you know, similar to this, but I didn't have like a vase where it had the smaller top part, so the branches would fit nice and tight. So I figured I'd use this. This looks really cute. Now that I have my branches set the way I like them, I'm going to start applying the little hearts. And I'm going to start with the larger hearts at the top branches, and then kind of like work my way down with the smaller ones. And I'm going to use the pink and the red. So I'm trying to get this in view so you can see the whole entire little tree. Doesn't look like you could see the top as well, but like I said, I'm starting off with the larger ones at the top. So I just moved the camera up, so now you should be able to see the whole entire tree. So I am just placing a little glue on the heart, placing it on the branch, making sure that the bottom of the heart points down on the branch itself, and it's starting to look really cute. I love the way this came out. It looks so pretty, considering it's a free piece of branch that I got from my yard, and Dollar Tree hearts. Can't beat it. Isn't it so cute? It's starting to look adorable. I love this little tree. It is quite high. I could have cut it down a little bit, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to mess with the branches. I thought the way it flowed, it looked really nice. And it's finally finished. Now I'm going to add a little heart to the front of it, one of the red ones. I think this tops it off very nicely, and it's very pretty. I love it. What do you guys think? And this is how it turned out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And then don't forget to take a look at the playlist of the other crafters as well. And once again, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.